open till it shatters through the ocean. I wanna make shockwaves.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, dogs, and other farm animals, this is Rennie, and welcome to episode 5 of King Mammoth Mod by Mod. Now, last episode we crafted the kinetic generator, and to drive it, the manual kinetic generator. A little confusing, but you'll get it straight eventually. Basically, this thing drives kinetic energy into this thing, which creates electric energy. But there's a reason we haven't just hooked it up to our bat box, and I'll show you what it is. So, notice I don't have the bat box hooked up yet. I'm going to go ahead and drive a little bit of power into the kinetic generator. That should be enough. And then if I connect it right here, I'll burn the cable out. Which is not what normally happens, but if we run it up again, and we go bang, there we go. So what normally happens if I do this demonstration right, is the bat box will blow up, and I'd much rather not have that happen in my main facility. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop back into survival mode in just a moment here. And we're going to craft ourselves a transformer. Now, how do we craft a transformer? Well, for starters, we need 2 tin cable. And I'm actually going to make a little bit more tin cable because I'm going to need something to connect this to. I need copper ingots because I need to mill some copper wire as well. In order to make the coil, of course, I need an iron ingot in the center. So we'll grab 2 of them, I guess. What we're going to do is we're going to come over to our metal former, which is set in extrusion mode. And we're going to go ahead and extrude another quick bunch of tin cable, then throw our copper cable in there and get that extruded as well, in order to make sure that we can do the stuff. So there's 3 tin cable. Now I'm going to go ahead and extrude another 2 sets of copper. I'll go ahead and make that into cable. So there we go. Now we have 8 copper wire. Go ahead and jog over to our crafting table here, put in the iron ingot, 8 copper wire, get a coil. We also need wood. We specifically need 6 wood planks. What you do is 3 down the side, 3 down the other side, the coil in the middle. In the middle, I said, 2 tin cables on either side. Low voltage transformer. Now we'll go ahead and hook things up. Because what I can do is drop that in there, connect a tin cable to the bat box, and then the kinetic generator goes here and the manual kinetic generator goes right there. Now I can drive a little bit of power, and see? We're gaining power. That's a pretty good backup system, but it's not something we're going to be using on a regular basis, so I think I might take it out of here. But let's go ahead and grab our pickaxe and our wrench. Of course, this is harvested with a pickaxe. That is harvested with a wrench. That is harvested with a wrench. And that will harvest it with a wrench. So I've taken that out of there, but there is one more way to generate power that we're going to look at, and that is going to be biofuels, because what we need to do is we need to make some biofuel. And I'll show you how we do that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab 2 stacks of seeds. That's a pretty good place to start. So we're going to use our macerator. I'm going to throw a bunch of seeds in there. That's going to give us biochaff. Now that's going to be the first step in making biofuel. But we have to make some other machines first. To start with, we have to make a canning machine. Because we're going to need that. We're going to need a fermenter as well. So a canning machine is pretty simple. It's a basic machine casing, 7 tin casings, and an electronic circuit. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Whilst our macerator continues its work, and in fact, I'm going to go ahead, since we are using power, grab 64 coal and throw it in there. Now that will generate power for our bat box, which is always nice. I'll go ahead and throw our other 64 seeds in there whilst we get started on rolling everything out. Now we're going to let those 8 iron plates roll for a bit while we prepare our electronic circuit, which we actually need the metal former for. I probably should build another metal former, you know? That would be useful. So we need to let the metal form. While we're doing that, I'll go ahead and just gather up everything else that we need. Okay, so before we actually get too far along with that, we are going to do something else. We are going to look at, well, no, we can't look at those upgrades. We need the canning machine to make the fluid solid canning machine. Or no, it's all the same machine in this, but we need to make a canning machine in order to be able to... Oh, no. Extrude. So either way, we are definitely making a canning machine. And it's almost done extruding, and then we'll switch it back to rolling mode. So we'll roll those tin ingots. I'll go ahead and wrap this copper in rubber. 6 copper cable. That allows us to make our circuit. Have I done something wrong? Is it a plate? Yeah, it is a plate. Okay, I forgot about that. Alright, it's almost finished rolling the tin plates. Now we're going to roll them again into item casings. I'm going to adjust in my chair. There's 4. We need 7. We just need one more cycle to go through. There's 6. And there's 8, which is 1 more than we need, but we can, of course, use the extras later. So, crafting the canning machine. 7 tin item casings, 1 basic machine casing, and 1 electronic circuit. fluid solid canning machine. We're going to go ahead and drop that right there. It's going to charge up real quick like, which of course keeps our generators working. So what do we do with this fancy machine? You switch it into fluid enrichment mode. So what we need to do is we need to get some water. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that by just making a water source right here. You know, nothing too fancy, because I can't seem to figure out where any extra water is in this particular pack. There we go, water. And we have a bucket, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that one away. What we do here is we jog on over to our fluid canning machine. And it's going to go ahead and drain that water into the bag, or into the tank of the machine. Excuse me. Okay. There we go. And in fact, to go ahead and make things easier on myself, I'm just going to get a bunch more buckets. Just to make things a little bit easier on myself, because we're going to need a full tank of water here. I forgot that those stack in this pack. Now, while that's going on, there's one other thing that we're going to need in order to make this work, and that is we're going to need a fermenter. And it does mean that I'm going to have to break this cake, I think. Maybe. Let me see here. Because we need to introduce something new at this point, which is the use of heat stuff. So that will be done in the next episode. For now, we're just going to go ahead and wrap up with the buckets. And now what we do is fluid enrich from tank or cell. Switch tanks. We throw the biochaff in the center. And that will process the biochaff and the water into biomass. That's our first step. Rather, that's our second step. The third step will be to ferment it, which we will take care of in the next episode. But in the meantime, thanks so much everyone for tuning in. If you liked us, please give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out Twitch and Discord in the description. If you really like us, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee. In the meantime, this is Arenia signing off. Thanks for watching, and take care.